it with the sounds of it. So since you have been doing so much about it, you are becoming the experts, and you are the people that can help make change. And if you're going to do that, you have to be able to speak effectively, write effectively, so that you can make a difference. Can you think of some words that you've been using? You have to make sure you've got your words when you're talking to people so that you can be effective. What are some words? Their ecosystems, where they live. Climate change in and of itself, you'll be using those words a lot, right? Okay, so I'm just going to put a box around this. This is your prompt that you've been working with. How does climate change affect wildlife? Any other words? So yesterday you watched a video about the leatherback turtle. How did you feel when you watched that video? What were your impressions? Upsetting?
A lot of ways that show that we can fix this, such as replanting trees and adapting to sea level rise, as well as educating
and to
children.
start forming and to start talking about forming a group to protect the sea turtles.
Sand temperature rise above 29 degrees.
10 out of the last 12 years have been the highest temperatures worldwide.
Some eggs don't develop correctly, and then the turtles in the eggs die.
Found in the video that we think might be helpful. There was some information that maybe wouldn't be as helpful for sharing about climate change, and some information that we really, really need. We want people know that this is global. So where is this happening? Yeah, Costa Rica. I'm going to use a specific color for that too, because if we want to stay organized in our writing, sometimes color coding can help. What else? Much higher sand temperatures? Higher sand temperatures, yes. And because of the higher sand temperatures, I'm going to make a little arrow down. Put native. They have to be careful of the kinds of trees that they plant, about something that's happening in one part of the world, in Costa Rica. Today, I want you to think about the words we've been focusing on as you're reading your article. Some of our words are ecosystem, global impact, climate change, wildlife, evidence. You're looking for evidence of climate change on, in this instance, the monarch butterfly.
The mountain forests of Mexico. Okay, can you write that? Like write a note to yourself?
White spots towards the edge.
Males distinguish black.
On November 1st and 2nd, El Día de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, when the tradition holds the monarchs are returning spirits of the loved ones who have died.
Of wintering forest in Mexico.
What does that mean, endangered?
It's getting extinct.
Why? Anything else? But how is climate change affecting them? What's happening that's making them extinct?
Grab energy every 4,000
Exactly. If there's not enough plants, they can't get the food they need. They don't have enough energy for that big long migration. See how talking about it helps? Sometimes we read those big words and it doesn't mean much, but then when we talk about it, we can figure out what it actually means. Nice work. Butterflies immediately by their 2 pairs of brilliant orange, black veined wings with white spots. Big word. What does it mean? They travel, yeah, they travel. And longest insect migration, we found out their location in this very first paragraph. The United States, Mexico is below the United States. Why 2? Why do you think?
The temperatures are both different.
Exactly, tell me more.
So the temperatures are different, so they moved from Canada, which the temperatures aren't custom for them, so they moved down to Mexico.
Okay, what happens in Canada? Why do they have to move down to Mexico?
It snows in Canada.
Yeah, gets cold. The insects can't survive when it gets cold, so they're in Canada when it's warm, and then they go down to Mexico. All of this information about the butterfly's beautiful wings, does any of that help us with climate change effects, actions? No. Each adult butterfly lives for 2 to 6 weeks, except for the exact specifics. Yes, they need energy to migrate between Mexico and Canada. You even used how many kilometers it was. So I'm going to write less trees, and you said that means less food. It can keep us organized. We have our actions in green for our leatherback turtle. Now we can talk about actions in green for the monarch butterfly. Chart together, and if you have a picture or words that fit at some place in this chart, then I want you to come up and tell us why you think it goes there. We'll add it to our chart, okay? Our prompt was, how does climate change affect wildlife? Anyone have any pictures about that? What things happening? What's happening?
There's a hurricane, there's an earthquake, a tsunami, and wildfires.
Okay, so why are we going to put it up here by how does climate change affect wildlife?
Because the hurricane would affect the butterflies' migration patterns. The tsunamis would affect the leatherback turtles, and then the wildfire would burn the butterflies' food supply.
Very well said. Do you want to put it right up there by the title? Alright, how does climate change affect wildlife? And we've got some words that we're going to be using repeatedly, especially when we write. This one is
Ecosystem.
this one is this one is
Wildlife.
and this one is evidence. Okay? Let's talk about the leatherback turtle.
In Costa Rica, the leatherback turtles live and make their nesting in Costa Rica. They also get impacted by climate change.
I love it. Okay, add it up. Where do you think it goes?
Where I have
The continents.
the continent, and it shows where they travel from and